Hi everyone, welcome back. This is God of YouTube. So just another one, another little update. So at the moment I'm going through a little bit of a step-by-step on, trying to cover the different parts of the allotment. So obviously, unless you're aware, or if you've watched the other parts of what I've been doing, this is obviously a step-by-step in trying to talk about a bit of crop rotation and where things will be planted again this spring. And obviously, taking it. Obviously, it's about walking through, the allotment bits, showing you everything, that we're going to cover or will be covering. So obviously, as we all know, this is the pond area, or as what I like to call the wildlife area. Obviously, this was another little project, which is one of the previous videos that we've done. I had to take out the old pond membrane because it got punctured by I don't know what. This pond liner was also from Amazon. I'm not sure, I can't think off the top of my head now what the price was. I think it was 50 something pounds. It's a rubber extra thick pond liner. Now in this pond, what you're seeing there right now, which is the pond fountain, is linked to a solar fountain, which is the bestest one I've ever had. That was also bought off Amazon for £20, and it's a smart little device. It doesn't have to be like other solar panels where if you've got no sunlight it doesn't work. It does actually store up to 2 hours of power inside of it. I dug the hole out in the middle of the pond because there's a pond lily in there, so it gives it a bit of extra depth. We've got water irises, we've got pond reeds. I'm not sure on what that is actually called. That was a rescue plant.
There you go. If anyone in the comments can tell us.
Yeah, that was what we call destitute and dying. But I did manage to pick it up off the side of the allotment, which was dumped over in the compost area, and I brought it back to life. The pond lily, you can't really see it at the moment because it's dormant. That won't be coming back till spring. So yeah, lovely blue and pink flowers.
We'll show that when it comes back up. But you've also got some ducks on your pond.
Yes.
They're not very lively though, are they?
Just as a disclaimer, they're not real, which I'm sure you've already noticed.
You can't call the RSPCA for that.
So yeah, they just float about. They're handy little things as well. So they stop the water from freezing, so it keeps the water regulated, and they're just nice. Basically, they float around. People have said, "Oh, you got ducks on your pond," and I've had to have a laugh and say they're not real ducks. So,
as if you can't tell.
Yeah, they're not going. You know what I mean? So yeah, these two big plants here. It's like a wild reed. I found them yet again. They was obviously an old place where we used to live. The garden decided that they was too big for the garden, dug them up and left them. I bagged them and I bought them here. The roots was hacked to hell. I dug a hole, whacked a bit of manure in, and they came back beautiful.
They're doing well.
So they're absolutely good. So yeah, moving on. So these are. When I bought all these from B&Q, apart from the one in the middle, which I had out of my mum and dad's garden. It is a yucca. It's not long just stopped flowering. So if you can see the stems in the middle, yeah, I'll show you.
That's all right. I've got to be careful because Mr. No's being rather inappropriate.
Oh there. Yes, definitely. So if you can have a look in the middle, you can see that the stems have been cut off because they've not long just stopped flowering. This one on the end here and this one on the end here are cordyline. They definitely wasn't like that when I bought them. They was only like that. They've been in the ground for about 3 years. I've cut this one down because that one has not long just stopped flowering. So I just tend to cut the stems off and let them get bushy again, and then they'll come back next year. There is in amongst these two, there was one there which is a white rose. And then there was a little one which is there, which is a small red rose. Not much going on. They've been trimmed back as well. They'll come back next year. So when they do, I'll give that on the link as well.
I think Mr. Gnome's going to have to be moved. If we plan on filming,
yeah,
he can't stay there.
No. So
if this gives anyone just a brief idea of what Mr. Gnome's up to.
Yeah.
I'll cover the. Yeah.
I've told him it's too cold to walk round like that.
But there you go.
I did say that there's a bit of a sale going on in Primark at the moment, so yes, I'll be getting you some of them for Christmas, definitely. So,
Okay.
yeah.
We have covered this previously.
Yeah.
What is this?
So, it's looking a bit doomy and gloomy at the moment.
Needs a bit of maintenance.
This is what I call a cold frame. So, last year, we had a hell of a lot of, we had a real bad winter, and it did get a bit damaged. Throughout this year, I've been more focused on growing the vegetables, and I've had other things as well to do. So it has sadly been a bit more neglected. I've not long just moved it over a bit because of doing all this. It has got to have the panes. It's on his thin polycarbonate. It's what I had left off my old greenhouse. I've got to replace that, and then obviously I'll put some hinges on.
Bit of TLC
obviously
needed.
It comes up like that. The wood will probably have to be replaced. It's a bit far gone, but yeah, I invented that. It used to be an old raised bed. Got a couple of pieces and just cut it to measure. But yeah, that'll be
another project.
Another project in task.
You've got this polytunnel, which I believe is currently empty.
It is, yeah. There's only a couple of pallets that I've just plopped in there for now. It's been weeded and membraned on the floor.
I did have a sneaky peek one day to see what was in there.
So not much going on in there.
We all know this area.
Yeah. Here, this is what's been in a previous YouTube. So this is what I like to call the herb area, or what I like to also call the butterfly zone. So along your left hand side are all my herbs. So obviously this is rosemary, as you can see, which is a beautiful herb, very strong smell. I do like that. This is a lavender. So that's looking a bit doomy and gloomy because I've not long cut all the flowers off, but it will come back. Then this one is sage. Now personally I think sage does grow a lot better in cooler climates or winter. I don't know if anybody's noticed, but if you took a photo of that now compared to a photo of what it will be in the summer, the leaves look a lot more fresher, they look a lot more better, the smell and the taste is a hell of a lot more better in the winter than what it is in the summer. If anybody knows why, please do let me know in the comments below, and I'll be sure to get back to you as soon as I can. So the next one along is thyme. Now, thyme is a very strong aromatic smell. You can use it for fish, meats and all sorts. So I've been using it. As you can see, there's a bit of an hole in the middle. I will also be in the spring. I will be propagating a lot of that. So that will be okay. Now this in the middle.
It's not a weed, we can assure
you.
It's
not a weed.
Well, some of it is, but
that
isn't.
Yeah, that is what they call chive. It's looking definitely a bit doomy and gloomy, but it is actually dying off now a lot. So if I just pull that away, if you can see, there's like it looks like little stalks in between. Those, it will die back, and next year the new shoots will grow back from that, and it will come back again quite happily. But that's all right. There's nothing wrong with that. So
I'm sitting here and all I can smell is this.
Now this one here, I've not long just pruned this back because it grows like wildfire. This is what they call a curry plant. It is a herb. It's very strong. You might have guessed it. They use it for curries. So yeah.
It looks like a frosted Christmas tree.
It does, yeah. It does. So in the summer, it does have clusters of small little yellow furry heads. It does me head in. I cut them off, so I don't like to eat them. So that's a curry plant.
You've got something tucked.
Yeah. So this here, this is not a herb. This is an actual flower. Now, if you're wondering, oh, why is it just plonked there? Obviously, over the time, my allotment has had many different, you know, it's took on many different shapes and designs. This is what we call, we know it as rabbit ears, because when you touch the leaves,
they're furry.
It feels really fluffy, like rabbit's ears.
I think we have covered this in a previous video.
It does get flowers on it, which are like little tiny pink balls of fluff, which I do actually like that. It did come in a pot, about a twig or two, and that was about a year ago, and you can actually see how that's spread. So that's another little spread. I'm hoping for it to spread all along there. So obviously moving on, so this is a trough which I got gave by another allotment holder just down there. Obviously, these are strawberries, as you can see. Now this did start to get back a load of strawberries. The frost actually killed them off. So if you look here, you can see that those were beautiful. And unfortunately, the day that I was meant to come down to collect them, we had a bad frost on the night, and sadly it killed them all off. Now I bought on, this was eBay, there was 50 strawberry bare-rooted plants, and I potted them up into 10 centimetre pots, bought them on in the greenhouse, and then March 2 years ago I planted them in here. They've never let me down, they've multiplied, and I've had strawberries, large clusters, every single year. The pots, the cans on top of the sticks is because I always put netting over them, because when you get the fruits bearing, you will have little birds and mice that will try and nibble in. The netting just stops that from happening.
And it's not just because you like drinking pop and you don't have a bin down here.
No. You know, if you know anybody as well with a recycling bin, just raid it.
Yeah.
You know, it all helps the cause. So yeah, these 4 troughs that are here, they're old recycling bins, which I was, you know, that was no good. I was given to them by a neighbour.
That one's definitely a recycling bin. It's still got the label on the front.
Yes. So obviously there's different mints in here. Same again. It was just a few little twigs, and they've just gone. So obviously in this one here, I have got to weed it. I do apologise. So this one here, this one's Moroccan mint. It's a very required taste. This one is banana mint. It's always the last one to obviously grow, and it's always the first one to grow. This one is what they call chocolate mint. It's a very, very strong mint. And then this one is normal peppermint, or as some people know, garden mint. Very hardy, you know, grows anywhere. So the reason why I put them in those is because they do spread like wildfire. Never plant mint straight into the ground, because you'll never get rid of it. You'll never get rid of it. So yeah.
And obviously in previous videos there was a discussion about, I think it was when we did the talk about the glasshouse, water preservation.
Water preservation.
That's the water butts we're on about.
Yeah. So this is one of my water butts, full to the top with water. So I probably won't. Well, I know I won't even touch that now, because there's nothing growing. There's no vegetables realistically to grow.
There's 2 times we've used it whilst I've been around here.
Yeah,
and that was fire prevention.
Yeah,
when we had the fire in front.
and I think the other time was when we just needed to clean off the path.
Yeah.
Because it was a bit
That's right,
muddy.
cleaning off when we did the path down there. I used it off there.
Yeah. So that's what water butt, and I shall just quickly show you as well round here. So there's just a quick one. There's a grapevine that's here, which I've had in here for 2 years, which when I took the allotment on, it was planted at the front. I dug it up and planted it there. I was worried because I did completely hack the roots. But same again, I dug a big hole, I put a load of horse muck in, and I left it there, and it's done me good ever since. I've pruned it back so it will grow again next year. In these pots here is just different spring flowering bulbs. So these 2 big ones here, we've got different lilies. This one here this one's not a flower, it's actually what they call Greek basil. So it grows the same as a mint, but that goes completely dormant. One little bit of frost and it's dormant, but it will come back.
Some little shoots popping up in
Yeah,
these.
so this one is a daffodil, T to T. They're not long coming back. This one is a tulip. So the flowers on that are red and white. This one is a hyacinth mix. So you've got blue, pink and white. And then this one is a crocus mix. So they're all sort of dormant, starting to come back. Okay. I did have certain different fruit bushes. I'm going to have to sort them out because they need a hell of a lot of pruning back. This is a buddleia. This is a flower. I took this. I salvaged this.
I was going to say it was another rescue, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a little weed at first, growing in the crack of the pavements, and I potted it into a 10cm pot. It got to about 12 centimetres high. I put it in there, and it's now flowered this year. So, bees, butterflies, that's your perfect. This little plant here, I bought that from Wilco about a year ago.
This little guy here.
Yeah, that is a white honeysuckle. I am planning on putting a trellis there in the spring, and it will look beautiful. Then this one here is a blueberry. Looking a bit doom and gloom. I'll give it a top up in the spring with a bit of nitrogen and a little bit of ericaceous soil, and that will definitely come back. Now this one here, this is another mint, which is it's a mentha. It's called a mentha, which is like a menthol type of mint. Very, very strong. Very, very strong. So it's the reason why that is starting to grow back now is because it's got coverage. If you're wondering what this is inside the pot, that is what they call flat leaf parsley. Now the reason why that's in there, I didn't plant them in there because there was a pot of flat leaf parsley that was growing. It went to seed
and seeded
and
itself.
The seeds went in there, and you know what, I thought, you know what, I'm going to leave them in there because it will be a 2-in-1 in the pot.
That's it, yeah.
So that will be interesting to
see whether that actually keeps up.
This one here, this is a herb. This is what they call lemon balm. So the leaves on that are very lemony. So that is also, it does exactly the same as a mint. It runs for ages. So never put it straight in the ground. And then last but not least,
Little guy right on the end.
Yeah, that is what they call a conifera. It's a fern plant. Looking a bit doom and gloom because it's died off. I'm trying to find a place for that at the moment as well. So just to finish off quickly as well, going back to water butts. So we've mentioned about that one over there. The only one I've got now is this one, which is 1,000 litres, which I got kindly donated to. So as I was saying, just a quick one. Water runs down the roof of the shed, goes down the guttering, goes down into a pipe, which is this brown pipe here, straight through the top and straight into the water butt. There's a tap at the bottom. So this little lever here, all you do is, sorry about that, so you just flip that like that. It's already screwed on, and you flip it up.
Oh, nice.
And you've got running water. Now, yes, it has come out a bit green.
Because it's sitting.
It's sitting. It's not for drinking, so I'm really not bothered about it being green. It's solely for plants. So I am planning on trying to black it out so that you don't get as much algae in there, but that's not a problem at the moment. So yeah, guys, obviously that's just a bit of, the tour, I think, for today. I think I'm going to wrap it up for today. It's getting a bit chilly.
It's raining as well.
Yeah, so
the weather's not helping.
Like I say, we have got a few other little bits and bobs on the way. So definitely please stay tuned for that. And like I say, it's coming up to Christmas now, so this will be it for now until at least we've got some more.
I think it's the 3rd or 4th. So there's another video coming out today, which it's currently the 22nd.
Yeah.
So there's a video going out at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
That you recorded last night.
Don't forget 5 o'clock. Have a look, YouTube.
There's another video on the 28th of December, which is your question.
Yes, that's the question.
That's an interesting one for people to join in.
Yeah.
And then anything, I think even this one will go out after, so into the new year.
Yeah. So, like I say, everybody, you know, most of them now will be going out after Christmas now. You know,
I think we said from the 4th or 5th of January onwards.
Yeah. So it gives you know, that bit of time. So yeah, like I say, so yeah, everybody, this is me signing out for a short period of time, as we know it's Christmas. So yeah, happy Christmas to all those out there, and happy New Year. Don't forget, drink responsibly, and like I say, I will see you very soon. I'll be back in the new year, and don't forget to also like and subscribe to my channel. If you've ever got any comments, don't forget to link them in the channel below. And I'll see you very soon, guys. Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
We'll see you all soon.
Woo!